Yo, yo, yo. What's up, guys? Tinwin, what up, buddy? Happy Monday, happy Monday. What's going on, everybody? What everybody's doing? I hope you guys had a good weekend. Wow, my bit rate just tanked. Okay, we're good. Sorry the stream was down all weekend, man. Yeah. But I hope everybody had a good weekend. It's good to be back, and we'll have a good day, man. I'm ready to rock. Let's get some video gaming news in, and then maybe a little bit of Warframe. Pinky will probably be here a little bit later, and then we'll do some Divinity too. Cool. So that'll be the Jam-a-Lam. That's the plan, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Hope everybody had a nice, safe, fun weekend while I was away, and let's go ahead and hop into it, baby. Let's do this. By the way, listening to Bullets Per Minute this morning. BPM, the BPM vibes. That's what we got going on. Very, very cool. Rhythm-based FPS roguelike game. Cool graphic style to it. Very cool. Indie devs. We love our indie devs too. So awesome gameplay and awesome soundtrack. Really cool game. Really cool title. Check it out. Cool. There you go. Let's go ahead and dive into this news and see what we got here. See what we got going on. Maybe we should do... probably like that since I've been gone, huh? Let's do this. That's probably the better way to do the news this morning, yeah? Make sure we're catching everything. We have an article from our buddy Tinwin, actually. Let me pull this up. Yep. Unfortunately, I think we kind of knew this was the case anyways, but... check it. EA won't let American McGee make another Alice game. Yeah, so we'll talk about that. We kind of, I mean, it was kind of apparent that this was the case, man. Oh, yeah? Nice, dude. Where are all the pics of the food at, bro? You know how we need. You know what we need, dude. Dude, what is going on with this cup, man? It's like... sweating hard, dude. That sounds delicious, bro. Yeah, I ate a ton of food too, man. Got to hang out with my sister-in-law's Too Fast for Pics. Yo, got on them Beetlejuice stripes, bruh. Beetlejuice. Yeah, dude, maybe I'll be Beetlejuice for Halloween this year. Who knows? That could be a play. That could be a play, man. Maybe that might not be a bad play. We'll see what's up. What's up, Wick? How you doing, dude? I posted a pic in the pet channel of the Discord. I got to finally meet my sister-in-law's bearded dragon. It was super dope. He's a really chill dude. I've always loved reptiles, man. I used to go around whenever I was a kid and like catch snakes and turtles and lizards and stuff all the time. And I had a couple of iguanas whenever I was a kid. And I've always liked reptiles, and I've always heard cool things about bearded dragons, and my sister-in-law got one not too long ago, so I got to hang out with him. That was really cool. So that was neat. I had a great weekend. I had a cool weekend. It was chill. But I'm glad to be back, man. I hope you guys had a good one too. Them Beetlejuice stripes. This thing, dude, this flipping shirt is getting old. But it's comfy. You have one? You have any of those shirts, man? It's just super old, but it's comfortable. It's like, dude, this thing has not got much life left in it. You know what I mean? There is not much life left in this thing, but I can't get rid of it, dude. It's super comfortable. And so I keep wearing it. It's like it's ripping out, dude. It's ripping out in the back by the tag and stuff. But I just keep wearing it, dude. I don't know. Wick, I saw you were streaming, dude. I saw you were streaming, bro. I wasn't able to hang out. I'm sorry, but I did see the notifications that you were streaming. Dude, that's awesome. Everybody, check out Wick's page. Go check out Wick's channel. What a legend over there, Moderator here, but absolute legend. Deserves all the follows and love. All of it. All right, let's see what we got here, man. So we'll check out this Alice McGee's, or Alice McGee. That's what we should start calling it. Alice McGee. American McGee's Alice news. I mean, again, it's been a long time since an Alice game. I think we had gotten to a point now where it kind of seemed apparent that this might be the case, but the official news is there, and we'll take a look at it. Thanks, Tim, and I appreciate it, buddy. Feels bad nonetheless, man. Oh man, you can play Half-Life Alyx without VR thanks to a mod, man. Cool. Capcom's removed Denuvo from what? The Village? Yep, on Steam. A big surprise here, right? The software was accused of causing performance issues with the PC version. Is anybody surprised? That's what Denuvo does, man. It causes issues. Yep. So there you go. Dude, they still had Denuvo on this on Steam. How old is this game now? Couple years? It's going on a couple years anyways. Year and a half? May of 2021. Yeah. Yeah. Going on a couple years now, man. And they still had DRM up on this thing. Wow. Well, I'm not going to keep this up. That's what you need to know. Capcom has removed the Denuvo DRM software from their Resident Evil Village version of that's up on the Steam platform. So if you were having performance issues on that version of the game, maybe give it another try and see how it feels nowadays. It's probably at least a little bit better anyways. Good to know, man. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, of course it will. We knew that already. PC Gaming Show, right, is going to like everybody else is going to have their showcases and stuff. E3 is not needed anymore. E3 is shutting down and not providing some kind of platform for people to showcase their products in some kind of capacity resulted in E3 dying ultimately. Whatever the case may have been behind it, I don't think it was all. It was just a storm of things, man. The pandemic, and then, E3 didn't help themselves at all. Not enough vendors or creators and developers wanting to be part of the platform. Nowadays, there's a lot of stuff that happened that has resulted in E3 not being a thing now. And I don't think it will be. I called this last year. I didn't think it would happen this year either. And I called that like a year ago. And sure enough, here we are. And they'll probably say, oh, we'll have it next year, like they've done the past 3 years. And next year, it'll probably the same thing will happen. They'll shut it back down. They still are doing PAX East and PAX West. And I think those are still some events that are popping off okay. But I don't think E3 is going to be a thing anymore. I kind of called it already, and now that I think this year was the big deciding factor. If it didn't happen this year, I that was really for me the telltale sign of E3 not having a place in the gaming industry anymore. Not that it couldn't come back, but I don't think there's enough businesses interested in being a part of it anymore. We are seeing very, very good things out of the 7800 X3D processors from AMD. So we'll take a peek at what the new stuff out of Tom's Hardware is saying about them. There we go. That should be better. That should be better. Oh. We've already hit a lot of the Amazon Prime stuff for this for April, so I'm not gonna dive back into it. What you need to know is that it's a new month. We're 10 days into a new month. We're about a third of the way through it, and that means new free games on Amazon Prime Gaming, as well as new free in-game content. So if you've got Amazon Prime, you need to go take advantage of that. And if you're interested in getting Amazon Prime Gaming, there are ways to get free trials and stuff out there. You just need to do your research, okay? $150 plus Nintendo Switch games discounted in weekend sale. Let's see what we got. Wow. How 4Kiwis made New Zealand's latest gaming success. They're talking about Dredge. It's good stuff, man. Random mode time already. Let's go taxi, bro. Dude, nobody's won random mode in a minute. It's time. It's time. This game was a lot of fun. Can confirm. We'll take a quick peek at what they had to say here. I'll try to summarize this for us. But the fact that we just finished up Dredge, let's take a peek at that. The devs there, little small group of New Zealand, a little indie developer, man, made a pretty cool, pretty solid game, right up my alley for sure. And that game is really nice. I should have it up on YouTube here, the entire playthrough here pretty soon. I got a couple of highlights out of the game and stuff like that too, which are nice. It's a fun game. It's very, very. I had literally no issues with the game playing it. It felt very polished when it released. It was a very cool experience. I would say you're probably going to get somewhere between like 10 to maybe 10 to 15 hours worth of gameplay out of it. It's not going to be an extensive experience or anything, but it's very well done. Very well done game. Yo, Wick, where you at, Doug? Wick, what are you doing, dude? I need to talk to you. Batman games on sale for $2. See our other search here. Yeah, more layoffs, man. I mean, just keeps happening. Yeah, it was. I'm glad. I'm glad to see Jack Black playing Bowser. I haven't even seen the movie yet, but dude, that does seem just like a very intuitive kind of thing to have Jack Black play Bowser. It just seems right. It just seems right, dude. I don't know why. We talked about this past couple of news segments. We talked about the Saudi Arabia owned Savvy Games acquiring. Oh, dude, what was the name of the Scopely? Yeah. So I'm not going to dive into that today. Go take a look at the past two. It would be the 7th, the news on the 6th and the 7th. Those are on YouTube. Go take a look at those, and you get more of an idea of what those are about, why they're significant, and kind of, why I personally have some concerns on that front. Oh, man. This is so somebody's article. Skyrim is not a very good video game. Um, I disagree. I think Skyrim's amazing. But Skyrim's wonky, dude. It's, um this is that thing we talk about, right? Like this is the Bethesda-ness. This is the Bethesda-ness. And this is why I think there's so much anticipation from so many people that aren't necessarily Bethesda like fans, like, dude, I've been a fan of Bethesda games for a very long time. I'm talking like PS1 Elder Scrolls days, I've been playing their games for a long time. But their games are notoriously buggy. Notoriously buggy. And I mean, I say it all the time. It's what I want to see is progression. I want to see progression from a, and it's become such a known thing from Bethesda games, and I don't know exactly why they're going to say it's not a very good video game or anything. I think I think Skyrim was a great game. I thought it was very, very good. And dude, Skyrim's got age under it at this point. When Skyrim came out, like PS3 days, right? And it's continued to evolve since then. Dude, 2011. This game is 12 years old now, Well, 11 and a half years old. 11 and a half years old. And this game killed, bro. But and there are still people that play this game on the constant. I still see like people in my friends list that will be rocking this game out all the time, or I'll talk to people and be like, "What are you doing?" Dude, as a matter of fact, I got on the phone with one of my buddies I hadn't talked to in a while this weekend. Because every once in a while, whenever I find some additional time, I'll get in touch with some people that I haven't. I don't have a lot of people like this in my life, but there are a few people that I try to stay in touch with that I care about. And if I haven't heard from them in a while, I'll reach out and try to get in contact with them. One of my buddies this weekend I got in touch with and was like, "Oh, what have you been up to, man?" And he's like, "Oh, I've been playing Skyrim." It's like, okay, dude, cool, And dude, I haven't touched Skyrim since it released. I remember playing the crap out of this game on PS3 back in the day, and it was a dope game. They've had all kinds of huge like stuff added to the game. There's been it's a great game for mods and stuff like that too. And but I will say that being a Bethesda game, it is absolutely what you've come to expect from a Bethesda game, and the iconic Todd Howard meme of "it just works." I mean that is absolutely part of this title, right? And so there are going to be people that don't understand what, that is a Bethesda thing if they're not familiar with Bethesda games through and through, and that might be a big turnoff for them. Again, I mean, this is my big reason Yo, Kayla, what's up? My big reason that I'm really interested in seeing what Starfield brings to the table, outside of the fact that the premise of the game is very intriguing and it's very interesting and it seems large, which is not unheard of for something for Bethesda to do. Um, but it's I'm really interested to see if Bethesda is progressing in their development of games to maybe move away from that stereotype of everybody just knowing that when they release a game, it's gonna be a mess. To a great extent, it's just gonna be a mess, And I think we all want to see a little bit better, right? So, Skyrim is absolutely, even to this day, just a game that's known to have the Bethesda-ness entrenched throughout it. You have to deal with it, and that's probably a turn off to some people. But that might not be all they're talking about in here. I loved Skyrim though. My weekend was very good, Kayla. It was very good. Thanks for asking. How was yours? How was yours? It's good to see you. Okay, man. Tron Identity to release date, gameplay, story details. Um, so we'll take a look at that. Leaked GTA 6 trailer and teaser. We'll see if that's legit or not. Oh well, that's good. That's good. How have you been feeling? We already talked about this. Persona 3 remake footage potentially leaked online. Okay. Good for you, buddy. All right, man. Let's go. Getting those gains, bro. Getting those gains. I get gains in other ways. Mostly just chonky gains. But, to each their own. Oh, dude, Meet Your Maker. Yo, I want to. This released, yeah? Meet Your Maker. Hold on, man. Meet Your Maker is a game that. This is the Dead by Daylight devs, man. This is Dead by Daylight devs, and there's been some interest in this. Very positive so far, huh? 83%. Okay, let's read this and see what somebody has to say about it. See what this says, and then maybe we'll look up some reviews about Meet Your Maker. It's an interesting new game from that developer. Yeah. Your uncle got your aunt a throwing axe, made her a target board. So we threw axes yesterday in between dinner and dessert. Nice, cool. Wow, that's wild, sick. This isn't worth diving into. Zelda's greatest game is being totally rebuilt. What? What's the greatest Zelda game ever? See, okay. I love these articles that do this, man. Because this is a very respective kind of, it's subjective, right? I agree, Tinwin. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. I agree. I agree with you. It had significant issues, in my opinion. Horrible quality of life issues. The combat system was kind of jank. Um, oh, me too, dude. Me too. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. And that's an unpopular opinion. We share that unpopular opinion, dude. We share that unpopular opinion. And I'll tell you what, dude. I'm not a fan of the equipment system in the game with things breaking all the time and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that there's some really, dude. The Divine Beast stuff was insanely cool. I loved that. There's some things to love, but there's a lot of things that I was like, not a super big fan of. Now the fuse system coming out in Tears of the Kingdom looks amazing. Really excited for that. But dude, for an ARPG, the combat system in that game was very, very unintuitive. And oh, I know, Casual he'll defend it till the day he dies. But I've had this conversation with Cash over and over and over again, and he'll kind of succumb to the fact that, you know, like, I don't know. Like every time this comes up when I talk to Cash about it, it's one of those situations where I'm like, look, man, I play a lot of action RPG games, and this, like Breath of the Wild, did not have a very intuitive combat system in it. It just was not very fluid. It was not very well thought out. And it worked okay, but it could have been much better. It's not like it's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life, but for a title like of that kind of hype, you expect a little bit better from Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is my big thing is like, okay, this was like their first kind of so not their first, but it was like an evolution for them from what they had done previously for a lot of the Zelda stuff into this new open world and a new combat system. And so I'll give them a little bit of leeway on that front. They're trying to maybe figure some things out and make their own style, whatever. Okay. But there's still something to be said for things being clunky and unintuitive and needing to maybe polish it up a little bit more and make it feel a little bit better for the game player. And quality of life, Nintendo's so bad about quality of life stuff. So when I play Tears of the Kingdom, I'm going to rip Nintendo apart if they don't fix that kind of stuff. I'm going to rip them apart, and I'm going to start posting it all over I'm going to make clips all over the game when I play it. I'm going to post them all over YouTube, and I'm going to flip and tweet them out. And I'm going to be like, how are you still doing the same crap that you did in Breath of the Wild? This is terrible. Like, this is like, from one of the major developers in the gaming industry, this is just crap. I won't be able to stand it, dude. I won't be able to hold my tongue. Not that it'll necessarily do anything, but I'm still going to do it. Not that it'll have any kind of sway or anything, but I'm still going to do it. I just can't. It's God, it was so maulding. Like when you play these games that are built to be played a very long time, and you have to deal with these systems, especially the quality of life stuff gets really, 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 really brutal. It gets really, really brutal when you're having to play a very long game. And like, for instance, just the cooking system in that game, they wanted you to have a focus on the cooking system, right? But there was no kind of way to track what you had cooked before, like a recipe book or anything. So if you cooked anything before, you could just go look in your recipe book and go, oh, I've cooked that. Bam. If I've got the ingredients, I can cook it again and cook it a certain number of times, just like that, right? They wanted you to cook everything by memory and cook it one meal at a time for the entire playthrough. So go into your inventory, grab the items, leave your inventory, cook them up, go back into your inventory, grab the items, cook them up. And the entire cooking scene is like, you can kind of skip over some of it, but it's still just, in a long playthrough like it, man, it's super brutal. Like, you don't want to have to sit there and do that kind of stuff. Or like, there was an NPC in the game where you could go turn in some like specific crystals or something, and you could get something in exchange for them, and you needed 10 of them. At one point I had like gathered like 50 and turned in 50, and every single time I could only turn in 10 at a time, and it would count every single one of them through dialogue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way through 10, and then finish the dialogue, and then started all the way over. And it was like, you've got to be flipping kidding me, dude. I was dying. I've got a clip of that actually in the Breath of the Wild. So there's just things like that. It was a very good game. But in my opinion, no, it's not like anywhere near like my, top games ever played or anything like that, But I mean, that's where we all differ in regards to, preferences and what we prefer as far as gameplay and stuff like that. And that's another thing, is it's like, I talk about this a lot. There are a lot of people in the world, whether you want to talk about like technology and in the PC space, or you want to talk about the console race, or PC versus console, or just fans of certain developers or whatever, there are certain people that are fans of developers that see those developers as not being able to do anything wrong, really. It's hard for them to see the errors that they make because they're so blinded by the love. And that's one of those things that's hard for me to I mean, I understand it to an extent, but you've also got to, I think that's one of the things that's gotten us in the position that we've gotten in nowadays with gaming at the same time, is people are like, oh, well, it's okay. It's Blizzard, it's Blizzard. They've made some of my favorite games. And so it's okay that they, made a disgustingly pay to win mobile title, or it's okay, we'll let it slide that they, had this terrible, horrible culture of workplace, misogynistic toxicity, frat boy culture with sexual harassment. It's okay, we'll let it slide. Things like that, and it's like, or even just in the game development space itself, where you got specific individuals that it's like nothing could be bad, right? Nothing can be wrong, because there's a lot of From Software fans like that. It's there's a lot of From Software fans. Anything really. There's a lot of Bethesda fans like that. There's a lot of Nintendo fans like that. It's like it's hard for them to take a critical look at what maybe could have been done better, maybe something that wasn't done very well, even actually, because they're so blinded by the love for those specific developers and stuff, And I understand it, but it's not doing any good to just blindly kind of go, like, well, nothing's wrong. Nothing's wrong. That's not helping anything. It's important to point out the flaws. In my opinion, it's important to point out the flaws so we can try and raise that bar up of the quality that we expect, and try to help them progress to be better by pointing out the things that should be better. Mike's having a G.I. Joe crossover, dude. All right, sick. Ooh, Redfall's latest gameplay video receives significant what? Smite's had a crossover, have they? I didn't know that, dude. I didn't know that. I'm not real familiar with Smite, dude. Redfall's latest gameplay video received significant backlash and negative feedback. I mean, look, dude. I have not been psyched about this game at all. Oh, for real? Transformers, Avatar, Ninja Turtles, and more? Oh, nice. All right, cool, man. Cool. Well, that's fun. That's fun. Probably doesn't appeal to everybody to do that kind of stuff, but PS5 freebie saves PlayStation fans $42. See what that is. You hated it? Yeah, I kind of, yeah, there are some people that absolutely detest that kind of stuff. Because it does make stuff weird sometimes. You know, I think it's different for a game like Fortnite's fine. Fortnite's fine because it's just like, because Smite's like more MOBA centered esque kind of game, right? I'm not misremembering that. Yeah. Yeah, I agree, dude. You know what's crazy to me, Tinwin, is like every time I would see like the developers promoting Redfall, they're like, we paid so much attention to detail and da da da. And I'm like, dude, this game does not look. And you know me, man. I'm not one that really puts a ton of stock in graphical fidelity or anything. But dude, the game did not look like. I was not blown away, not even close. You know, and I was like, I'm not seeing it, man. Not seeing it. So I think there's something, you know, it's a bit different if you've got just like a game like Fortnite is really, really easy for those collaborative kind of all kinds of different skins and cosmetics and stuff to make your character look like whoever you want them to be, right? Yeah, bro. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it. But I do find it probably a little bit weirder to have like a game like Smite be doing a bunch of crossover stuff where you've got like I don't was it just skins? Is it just skins for their current characters where you get skins, or was it more like actual new characters they were bringing in? Oh, it was just skins? Just skins? Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Well, I don't to me that's not as big of a deal then. Sorry, guys. I can see how it would be potentially distracting and misleading in a title like that too, though. I think it's different in a MOBA type game if you've got characters that still look like they're who they are. They just kind of have different outfits and stuff like that. So you still know who you're fighting, right? You still know because if you're learning the game and you know you're playing the game and you're not necessarily familiar with every character and every skin they have and stuff, I think that's where it can get a bit confusing in a game like that, right? Even if it is just a skin, because then you're going to end up running into a situation where it's like, you know, maybe you are not, you didn't know that some character had like a Ninja Turtle skin, and then they're running around as Donatello, and you didn't know who that flipping character was, so you don't know what skills they're going to be able to use and stuff. So that puts you at like a disadvantage, you know. So I can see how like a game like Smite incorporating skins like that would be a bit weird, potentially. As opposed to a game like Fortnite doing it, you know, where it doesn't really matter, everybody's on the same plane. You're not dealing with that kind of mechanic, you know. So I could see how that would be a bit off-putting. Tempest Rising PvP, classic RTS roots, huh? CS Stars, dude. We've taken a look at this. Curious about the Bethesda article. You talking about the which one? Oh, this one. Talking about this one. Let's see what this is. Great proving ground for Naughty Dog's rumored sci-fi game. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, we'll take a look at that real quick. I don't think it was necessarily probably what you. Oh yeah, yeah. You know why they're popular right now? Because their PC port sucks. Dude, I am like, I mean, you know what's crazy to me is that like I don't understand where people are getting off. I've seen, dude, we've had so many bad PC games come out here recently. I mean, whether they be ports or just versions of games that have released on other platforms at the same time, which ultimately you can quite often tell that they were developed for like console and then ported to PC rather than actually being created for PC. So ultimately they were ported. But you know, this is the right now this is where Naughty Dog's gotten a lot of their recent publicity, you know. They're popular right now because of this hot mess. If you haven't been made aware or didn't know, The Last of Us Part 1 on PC released on March 28th and is at a 50% positive, which is better than it was, but that's still atrocious, at almost 16,000 user reviews at this point, which is terrible. Terrible. I mean, dude, I can bring up all kinds of games. You want to talk about Wolong, you know? We got Wolong at almost 16,000 reviews itself that came out at the beginning of March at 47% positive on PC. There's oh my god. See, there's a couple of things that I'm really sick of, dude. I'm really sick of that kind of crap. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of stupid people, because this is what they are. You get stupid people also that are PC gamers that think that because they might not be having the same exact issues that another PC gamer is having on the same exact game means that the other person's running a potato machine. That's the only, in their mind, that's the only reason that the other person would be having issues is a potato machine. When all it takes is to actually be aware of how that game is currently doing across the entire sphere of gamers for like PC. Like, dude, I saw all kinds of reactions like that for Hogwarts Legacy, and it was like, oh well, you're just running a potato machine, and it's like, you're an idiot. There are so many people having issues, but that's the you know, it's exactly what happens every time a game comes out on PC that's not optimized. You get some people that run it okay. Some people don't have too many issues. There are some people that can run it to an extent and they have quite a bit of performance issues. And then you get some people that can't even hardly run the game at all. You never really know how it's going to run on each different hardware configuration for PC because it's just not optimized, right? So I get tired of hearing that crap. I get tired of the same thing that you just put in chat too, you know. you know, that's such a stupid statement from people. You know, like if you wanted to play The Last of Us, you should have just gotten a PS5 and played it. Just go buy everybody one then, all right, Mister Content Creator. You know, it. I'll just everybody should just hit you up then and be like, oh, okay, well, since the PC version's bad, I want to play it on PS5. You can buy me my PS5 and I'll play it on that. Okay, cool, man. That's the same thing that I heard from the developer, the lead producer on the Final Fantasy 16 coming out when he was like, asked about the PC version. He was like, don't worry about it. Just go buy a PS5 and play it, or something along those lines. I was like, dog, if you think it's that easy, then just go buy everybody one. You know, just go buy everybody a PS5 and everybody can just play it the way you want them to then, you know? Ultimately, look, man, in my opinion, the more I become educated on the console space, the more scummy it keeps appearing to me. And that's why over the past, especially half decade, I've really moved away from it. The console space is a scum gaming centered, especially over the past decade. I think it's gotten really, really, really bad. But I'm tired of this. Like, the other thing I've seen here lately is like, I've seen articles. We read some articles last week where people were blaming these games that have come out on PC as well as console, but they were only talking about the PC version, saying like, well, it basically saying it's not the developer's issue. It's not a developer issue. It's a hardware issue. The developers are doing everything just fine. It's the hardware that can't push these games that the developer. I was like, that is stupid. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all, because you've got the same exact games that have come out on console that have played absolutely fine. Not all of them. Some of these games have come out and have been terrible on console as well as PC. But some of the games they've listed as well in these articles that we read were on console and PC at the same time. And the PC version was trash and console version was fine. And then they were trying to blame it on the hardware, like the current state of hardware not being good enough for PCs. And I was like, that is so dumb, because a PS5 is virtually like, what, a 5700X CPU. What, like, was it 16? I think 16 gigs of RAM equivalent. And what was the, like a 3700 or yeah, 3700, I think, NVIDIA, or 3070 NVIDIA, I think was what they said. And you're going to try to tell me that people with better PC rigs, equivalent or better PC rigs, are not able to run these games on PC because their hardware's not good enough? That makes no sense at all. It's like, it's just stuff like that where people just, I don't know where they come across like saying this kind of crap. They're so ignorant, man, about these statements, and it drives me crazy, man. So stupid. But there's been a lot of bad PC releases, man. A lot of bad PC releases here lately. Let's see. We'll just look at Steam. Just Steam, dude. Stop that. Wait, what? Where's their dude, I can't remember how to get to that. Ooh. God, where is that Can't even see that. I can't remember how to get there. Stats? Maybe it's stats. I'll figure it out later. I don't want to take up too much more time. But like Blood Bowl was terrible. Dude, did you play this? I know you've been a Blood Bowl player, right, Tinwin? Blood Bowl? Dude. Absolutely atrocious. Terrible, terrible, terrible release. What else have we been talking about here? There have been a lot of games that have come out that have been pretty bad. Wild Hearts is mixed on what's this on Steam? 46% on Steam. Gotham Knights. Thanks, Fat Pat. There you go, dude. Yeah, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? How was your weekend? Brother, what the crap? I have no idea, dude, how Hogwarts Legacy is at a very positive. I don't understand that. With all the issues, the only thing I can assume is that like I was talking about before, there are a lot of people that get blinded by being fans of certain kinds of content. Dude, this game felt terrible. Gotham, dude, I've been bagging on Gotham Knights for a while. I didn't even need to play it. Yeah, exactly what I was saying, Timwin. Yeah, it's like people were just so hard up for a Harry Potter world game that I think they were just like, whatever. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people were also in the same boat as me. Where are they at right now? 92? What, bro? You gotta be kidding me! What? I don't know how. This game released with so many flipping issues, dude. Maybe they've gotten it patched up at this point. One of my big things though was like I played it on release, and I'm talking like 8 days into it, nothing from the developer. You know? Yeah, probably. Yep. Yeah, Fat Pat, mine was good, dude. We went and hung out with family. I had a good weekend, man. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm glad. Uh, it was good to have some time to go spend with family, and it was nice, man. But yeah, I don't, dude. I don't know how. That's what I was saying. Is like you get people. I do look. I mean, I'm talking. I got 55 hours into this game and was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. And again, you can go back and look at everybody that was playing this game on release and how many people on PC were just having so terrible of a time getting this game to run decent. It was just constant stuttering and frame drop, man. It was so bad. Along with the fact, like, there was cool content in the game, but dude, there was just a lot of glaring issues too. I think this is one of those cases of people wanted a like a Harry Potter game so flippin' bad that they just overlooked all the glaring issues, man. I think that's all it really came down to. There have been a ton of games that have come out recently on PC that have just been atrocious, man. Really, really bad. And I'm missing a lot of them off the top of my head, but those are some notable ones right there, anyways. And I don't get it, dude. I just don't understand. There are some developers that are very good at it, you know. There are a lot of developers that are very, very good at making PC games. And that's another reason why I will just never accept this excuse of like whatever people want to come up with to say that, you know, all these there's so many excuses that that we hear all the time whenever a game comes out and it's released and it's just in a terrible state, and the excuses we hear and everything for it. It's just, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense when there are plenty of developers out there on whatever platform you want to talk about. If a game comes out on a console and it feels terrible, that's the same way as it coming out on a PC and it feeling terrible, or any whatever, you know what I mean? And the fact that there are a lot of devs out there that do a fantastic job on the constant of releasing games and not having issues just tells you right there that those devs, there are a lot of devs out there that do have issues too. Those devs that do have issues are not doing their job, man. They just aren't. And the thing that's really sucky about it is that they go, well, we'll just release it, you know? There's no way that they don't know. Bro, you think that Naughty Dog didn't have the time or budget? They didn't even handle it. This is what sucks, dude. This is what sucks. They didn't even handle the port. Did you know that? Naughty Dog didn't even handle the port of that game. They handed it off to Iron. Who is it? Iron Galaxy, dude. So I mean, this is a whole nother issue. Then you know what I'm saying? Iron Galaxy. Yep, that's what I just looked up. Fat Pat. Yep, thanks, buddy. So this brings in. They have a terrible reputation. Exactly. Terrible reputation for doing this kind of thing. But they thought that was a good play, you know? And then what? They didn't even, I mean, like, so you can't, like, so what? Naughty Dog first and foremost thought that like Iron Galaxy was going to do a decent job of this in the first place, after, you know, their history shows that they kind of suck at this anyways. And then yeah, that's a bit of a different game though there, you know. So, and I don't know. Look, I mean, I'm not a developer. I don't know the ins and outs of it, you know. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's easy. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know what it takes or anything either. Uh, well, and that just makes. I mean, that's, if that was the case, Timwin, that's just another example of like what seems to me, anyways, of a developer going, you know, let's just, because it's not like Naughty Dog is a low, you know, they've got some nice stuff under their belt, dude. They're a pretty lofty developer at this point, yeah. And it's not like they're necessarily uh, needing to, it would appear anyways, to be doing this like undercutting to try and find ways to look. I know business is business and everything, but this is the kind of crap we see all the time, right? With cutting corners and not having a focus on quality products, and then leaning on a title or leaning on a name. Not fully deserved. What do you mean? So I mean, this is one of those things where I feel like it's they were like, you know, risk versus reward, you know, and for them there wasn't a much risk involved really. Well, yeah, I mean, me either, dude. But there are a lot of people that are, right. There are a lot of people that are. They've done pretty well. Naughty Dog's done pretty well. Um, So I mean, I'm not a big, you know, I've never taken a hard dive into their games or anything. So it's not like I'm like their games suck. It's just I've never been enticed to their games haven't appealed to me much, I guess, you know. But a lot of people like them. They've done pretty well. Dude, it feels bad for people when those games shut down, Kayla. You know what I mean? It does. A lot of people liked those kinds of Knockout City, Rumbleverse, whatever the case may be. You know, those games shut down. It feels bad for people. You know, a lot of those games were not bad games, dude. The player base just died. You know, I mean, I wouldn't list it on my side either if I was them, Pat. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we talk about it all the time, though. You know, these developers, they're like, oh, you know, well, even if it's not a great experience, people will still buy it because it's us and it's the name that's on the game, right? So it just seems like one of those situations, man. It's terrible and it's gross and I don't know, I don't know. All I can do, man, for the platform that I have and what I do here is it's important for me to raise awareness about it. For whoever might end up seeing this, um, it's disgusting. It makes all of us that end up spending money, from whether it be now or in the past or in the future, whatever the case may be, if you've ever spent money or ever end up spending money on a game that feels like trash performance wise, or just didn't follow through with all the hype that they told you the game was going to have in it or whatever, you feel duped, man. You feel like you got your money stolen out from underneath you, you know? And this is what they're doing to people. You know, these games we're talking about, whether it be, you know, The Last of Us Part 1 or Wolong or you know, the whatever the case may be, any of these games that come out that just feel like absolute trash, you know, um, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. And for Naughty Dog, it's like, dude, there's no way they didn't know that that game was just going to be bad on PC. They didn't try it. They didn't have their own in-house like QA take a look at what Iron Galaxy did with it. You can't tell me that, dude. You know, they didn't test that. Who's running these companies if that's the case? You know what I mean? And again, they probably did. They probably tested it and they were like, good enough. Send it out. Because they don't really care, right? They're still going to have, I mean, dude, what the game just released at the end of March, 2 weeks ago? Exactly, Tin Winya. 2 weeks ago, they released it, and they've got just on Steam alone over 50, almost 16,000 reviews. So the amount of people that have bought the game that haven't even reviewed on it and stuff, and across all other PC platforms that have bought it and everything too, they're making money off of a trash title. You know, it's disgusting, man. Mm. Elden Ring's DLSS 3.1 mods available for download if anybody was interested. I'm not going to read into this. That's about all you need to know on it. But let's get into the rest of these articles. I've been ranting too long this morning. I'll be ranting, baby. You guys know how I do. PS5 freebie saves PlayStation fans $42. A special freebie is currently available to both PS4 and PS5 users, saving users of the former $21 and saving users of the latter $42. 21 is enough, but $21 is enough to buy a variety of indie and downloadable games on PS4, while $42 is almost enough to buy a brand new AAA game. In other words, the savings is notable, but it's only relevant if you're going to buy the subscription service that it saves you money on. Unfortunately, the subscription service is in question is not PlayStation Plus. If it was, this would basically be free money for everyone. Rather, the subscription service freebie is Apple TV Plus, Whether it's to watch Ted Lasso, Mythic Quest, The Morning Show, or a variety of other quality shows exclusive to the streaming service, you can nab a 6-month subscription if you're on PS5 for free. Nice. Check that noise out. Yo, by the way, Ted Lasso, hilarious. Mythic Quest, hilarious. And the new Tetris movie on there was okay. But I will say this: Apple TV's platform is balls. It's not very good, but they've got some decent shows on there. So normally this would cost you $42 as a monthly subscription. As a monthly subscription runs at $7. The same offer has been extended for to PS4 users, but only for a 3-month subscription, which is why the savings are only $21. Yeah. Yeah, this is one of this. You know what this reminds me of? It's like, you know, the way the world works is weird. It's like, quite often it's the people that have like all the money, like famous rich people, they're the ones that get all the free stuff. You know what I mean? It's like wherever they go, they get treated really well, and it's like, oh no, you don't need to pay for that. We'll just comp you, and then it's like, it's like that's what this reminds me of. It's like the people that have had the money to buy for into the PS5 already, they get the free subscription. But if you're still on a PS4, then we're gonna need you to pay for half of that. You know what I mean? So Sony's basically like, they're playing into that role a little bit, which is a little bit gross. Rather than just going, yo, thanks for being a PlayStation user and giving everybody that, I don't know. That's the way I see that. I know what it is. I know what it is, but that's the way I see that. That said, this offer has been available in the past, and thus it's possible you've redeemed it in the past. If you've done this, you're not qualified to redeem this offer as it's been extended to only new users. The current offer is available until July 23rd, and right now there's no word of it being extended in the future. To claim the offer, you will need to locate the Apple TV from your console via the console's TV and video section. If you don't have it downloaded, you will need to download the app and open it. From here, you will just need to follow the on-screen instructions. What's unclear is if the subscription auto-renews or not, so be cognizant of this possibility. Yeah, look, most of the time whenever you do these kinds of things, they want you to set up your, even though it's a free subscription, they'll want you to set it up with a payment type of some source initially as well, and that's part of this whole scheme or whatever. It's like, yo, you can get 6 months of free Apple TV, and then it will cost you this much every month moving forward, which we will automatically charge you upon. So this is what I tell people. Yo, get your half a year free or whatever, sign up for it, and then immediately go in and cancel the recurring payment part of it. That's all you have to do. And it doesn't get rid of the 6 months you get for free or anything, but it eliminates the future issue of you starting to get charged for something that you forgot that you were going to get charged for, right? So unless you just want to keep it, right? But ultimately for me, until you can always go back in later on if you're like, oh, dude, I really like Apple TV and I want to keep it going. You can always go back in and say, oh yeah, I want to keep the subscription auto renewed or whatever, then that's cool. But maybe just until you at least get a taste of it or whatever. But that's cool, man. At least they're giving some people some discounts for PS4 and some free Apple TV for PS5. Yeah. If you guys need this here. Seems pretty straightforward though. Just open the app on the PlayStation and you should have some instructions there. Tempest Rising PvP shows its classic RTS roots in promising PvP gameplay. 3D Realms and Slipgate Ironworks released new gameplay of its upcoming real-time strategy game, Tempest Rising. The video showcases PvP multiplayer gameplay and more specifically a 1v1 match, which immediately shows the game's classic RTS roots. If you're familiar with beloved titles like Command and Conquer, you'll certainly feel right at home watching this. We get to see all the elements that made the genre popular, including base building, army composition, resource harvesting, and more. You can watch it below and see if it feels familiar. Let's see what we got here. Oh my god, dude, this is
Hello.
very long. Yeah, I'm gonna refill my coffee and then we'll
Today we have something very special to
push through. We'll find some good parts of the gameplay here. I'll let you watch the first. It's just like
between me, myself, and Brandon, our lead game designer. I'm going to play as the Global Defense Forces, and he's going to play as the Tempest Dynasty. The main focus of this match specifically is for me to show you guys a little bit more about base building and resource collecting. How does this mechanic work with the Global Defense Forces, which is slightly different than the other two factions in the game. I asked Brandon to go easy on me, so I have a little bit of time to show you guys a bit more about what base building looks and feels like. I'm also going to show you some cool things up close so you can see what the different units in the game look like, how they feel to play with, and so on. And then we're gonna just battle it out and see who wins. I'm gonna cut a few places in the video so you don't have to sit here for a full hour and a half and see this match play out. But hopefully it'll be a good in-depth walkthrough of what a match in Tempest Rising feels like and looks like. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'll stop talking now, and then yeah, let's get started here with a 1v1.
oh yeah! There we go. There we go.
Hello and welcome. I'm Brandon Castile, the lead game designer on Tempest.
We got some Command and Conquer.
I'm so excited to be able to bring you our first
you know what I'm saying?
Of 1v1 gameplay.
Some red alert.
This match was recorded by Fred and myself for demonstration purposes, and we wanted to be able to show you a lot of different aspects of the gameplay. I truly hope you enjoy this sneak peek into Tempest Rising. Let's get started. Fred and I really wanted the gameplay to speak for itself, but I will be interjecting from time to time with light commentary or some other potential tidbits about the game design or what's going on in the game that you're watching right now. As you can see, we provide players with the option to start out with a small force in the beginning of a multiplayer match, to allow for scouting and other kinetic interactivity while you get started. We don't want things to devolve into a lot of early rush strategies, so what you see here might change a bit before you get your hands on it. But
I used to play
with this direction. Eager to
I wish it was red alert.
also, I'm not sure if you
Dude, I
noticed
used to
this,
play
but
so
this
much
map
Command
has
and
a couple of
Conquer
resource
back in the
grids
day.
sprinkled here and there in various nooks and crannies.
Jesus.
Another thing we're experimenting with.
Command and Conquer and flipping StarCraft. God dang, dude. Way back.
As you can see here, as you harvest Tempest, it leaves vines behind. These vines will eventually bear additional fruit, but only if they are not too far away from the living pod. If vines aren't close to a pod, they will die off, which makes the plant take longer to come back. Also, as you leave Tempest alone, it will mature over time. The pod's growing and becoming.
I mean, that's the vibes it gives me, you know what I mean?
This Tempest ecology.
It's like every time I see a game like this, it gives me those vibes. Just because that's where I started at.
New construction option. Construction complete. Unit ready.
And old school Warcraft, obviously. Stop rocking the boat. You're making me seasick.
Drone up. Roger that. Got it. We're off. Unit ready. Spinning her up. Got it. No problem.
Good
And here we see
old
Fred
Blizzard,
making the
dude.
approach into the Dynasty
Man.
base. Sadly for him, I was ready with a Pillager Flame Tank, which, well,
Burn, baby, burn.
Battle control offline. Got it. No problem.
One dude made it out.
Ready and waiting. Surveying.
One dude in a drone. Wait, what?
Command. Unit ready.
he's trying to scout up that hill, but I deny him that. And of course, those drones do rebuild themselves.
Get
after a
wrecked,
brief
drone.
time.
Roger that. Constructing. Required. Constructing.
All right, let's skip forward here a little bit and see what's going on. I'll link this so you guys can watch the entire thing, okay? Ooh, baby. It's getting hot. Oh, yeah, they got some, like, turrets set up on the walls and stuff. Look at that guy. Woo, got wrecked. Look at these big old, like, Gatling cannons, dude. Ooh! He's getting wrecked, dude.
Our harvester is under attack. Constructing.
Oh, no.
Our base is under attack. Our base is under attack.
Wait, why is he not shooting anything right here?
Our base is under attack. Our base is understood. Closing ground. Unit ready.
He got his own tanks now. Alright, let's skip forward a little bit more. It looks good. It looks cool, man. Dude, I haven't played a game like this in a long time. What was the new one that just came out? Like Company of Heroes? Is that what it was?
Unit ready.
It's supposed to be doing pretty well, I think. Company of Heroes 3? Is that what it was?
Unit ready.
Tempest Rising, huh? Tempest Rising. Hold on. Coming soon. Tempest Rising. Here, I'll link this for you guys just in case you're interested in this. It looks pretty good. What was the other one that just came out? Was that what it was? Company of Heroes 3, I think. Oof, not doing too well, huh? Yikers. Yeah, Company of Heroes 3. God. What's being said here? This just came out at the end of February. Issues reported prior to the game's release by the community have yet to be resolved. Game is unfinished. This is clearly a beta, not a full release. And Relic should be ashamed for trying to release it in such a state. Oh my god, dude. So gross. So gross, dude. Alright. Keep moving. Tempest Rising is coming to PC but doesn't yet have a release date. According to the developer, there's still a lot about the gameplay that we haven't seen yet. They expect to provide more information about these mechanics at a later date. Or a later time, excuse me. These include the intel system and doctrines. The game is currently in beta, so the video isn't final, but the developers like where it's headed. So it should be a pretty good look at what we can expect with when this brand new RTS with a classic heart releases. Yeah, it looks cool, man. Yeah, so this is Tempest Rising. I linked it right there in chat for anybody that might be interested in this. And I'll link this as well if anybody wants to watch the entire, like, 18-minute video there. Cool. Sea of Stars shows artful gambit that makes the game much more challenging. Do you want Sea of Stars to become as difficult as Elden Ring or Dark Souls? You can make it so with artful gambit and try to get good. A new clip showcased by the developers at Sabotage Studio showcases the Artful Gambit, an item that you can activate in the Relics menu. Turn the game into a nightmare in which your timing will be critical. Your character's HP will be reduced by 95%, while enemies become invincible while casting. On the other hand, Timed blocks will reduce the damage done to you to 1, while timed hits will deal double the damage. Of course, this means that your margin of error is much more limited. You need to rely on timing and skill to survive. On the other hand, if you want a comfy narrative experience, the Amulet of Storytelling is another relic that adds 100 to your HP and will auto-heal up to 75% of your HP pool after each battle. There's a third item named the Sequent Flare, but the video does not reveal what it is. Take a look. I love the vibes, dude. I love the vibes of it. Wow. Got rocked. Sea of Stars is a prequel set in the universe of Sabotage Studios' acclaimed game, The Messenger. Been funded with a successful Kickstarter campaign that reached its goal in a single day. It'll release for PS5, 4, Nintendo Switch, PC, Xbox Series XS, and One on August 29th of this year. Comes with retro-style turn-based battles that aim to renew the formula with well-timed attacks and defense, tactical use of damage types, and more. Of course, it also includes absolutely beautiful pixel art visuals enriched by dynamic lighting and several additional effects that make the game look really gorgeous. The studio includes dozens of characters and story arcs, promising a captivating journey. But if you want a real break, you can still enjoy side activities like fishing and minigames. Fishing, including the in-game tabletop game Wheels that you can play at taverns. Incidentally, it also features music by legendary JRPG composer Yusunori Mitsuda. Even if he did not compose the whole soundtrack, you can read more about the score in our previous dedicated article from a few weeks ago. Cool. Looks cool. I think we've seen some trailer stuff from this game previously also, but if you need anything, it's there in chat. Yep. All right, here you go. Bethesda, this is what got us on the Naughty Dog rant a little bit ago. Got me on the rant anyways. Bethesda Obsidian Entertainment will offer a great proving ground for Naughty Dog's rumored sci-fi game. With Naughty Dog reportedly releasing a sci-fi title, the upcoming releases from Bethesda and Obsidian Entertainment could provide an excellent test. It can be said that Naughty Dog is one of the most popular video game studios in the industry, being the spearheading force behind beloved franchises such as The Last of Us and Uncharted. Again, if you're not aware, The Last of Us Part 1 that just got released on PC is a disaster. So take that for what you will. Of course, the sci-fi setting is a departure from the usual work of Naughty Dog, and so the company will be delving into some relatively uncharted territory with such a release. With how much of a risk this setting could be for the title, Naughty Dog is lucky in the fact that there are several comparable sci-fi projects that are set to release soon. The reception of these releases, such as Starfield and The Outer Worlds 2, could be observed by Naughty Dog to gauge the market trends of the sci-fi genre, provide valuable insight into the development of its own game. When discussing the near future of the sci-fi genre of video games, it can be said that Starfield and The Outer Worlds 2 are the largest contributing factors of it. Starfield is an ambitious and expansive upcoming release from Bethesda, the title being the first brand new IP for the company in over 25 years. Yeah. Well, they did like the remastered ones or whatever, didn't they? Didn't they do just like some remastered Uncharted stuff? That was about it though, right? Like a year or two ago, something like that, I thought. Maybe I'm tripping. But I thought I remembered something like that. Maintaining the classic Bethesda formula that has been seen with other RPGs such as The Elder Scrolls and Fallout became so iconic, Starfield boldly applies it to the medium of sci-fi, space travel, and multi-planet exploration. With the game reportedly boasting over 1,000 explorable planets and taking the Bethesda RPG formula to its next level. Starfield is undoubtedly a massively anticipated game. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of us want to know. Is what's Starfield going to be like? Is this going to be another Hod Towered situation? I mean, that's what we're all really looking to see, right? And The Outer Worlds 2 is another hotly anticipated upcoming sci-fi release, this time coming from Obsidian. Where's Avowed, dude? I'm starting to get worried. I'm not lying. I'm starting to get worried about Avowed. Building upon the success of its 2019 predecessor, The Outer Worlds 2 is another sci-fi RPG with an in-depth companion system and stylized aesthetic. While both of these titles are not set to release it for some time, they provide a fantastic opportunity in the way of market research for Naughty Dog. So, Naughty Dog's upcoming sci-fi game, not a lot's known right now. A lot of theories going around. Right now, apparently, they've got some multiplayer game stuff based on the Last of Us universe. So safe to assume it'll be sometime before the sci-fi project sees the light of day. All right. I won't play it on PC. You know what I mean? But there you go. God dang, dude. I don't even know. I'm so scared. Like so many developers nowadays. Hold on. Not The Last of Us. Jesus, what was I talking about? Uncharted, dude. Yeah, it was the Legacy of Thieves collection, right? Yeah, it came out at the beginning of last year. Oh, interesting. Oh. Huh. Well, what do you know? Look who else was on that. Iron Galaxy. Huh. Interesting. Difference being here, look at this. Difference being, I mean, I wonder if Iron Galaxy handled all of the remaster stuff here. For the PC side or what? I don't know. We need to look into this. Interesting, though. Breath of the Wild is being completely remade in Minecraft. Minecraft. What? One of the reasons why Minecraft is so popular because of the breadth of creativity it grants players. Yeah. According to Kotaku, the project manager behind this ambitiously massive undertaking is none other than Grazzy. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. So Breath of the Wild being built in Minecraft. In other Zelda and Minecraft related news, Henry Cavill is in talks for the Legend of Zelda movie. Most likely in the role of Link. Wait, what? Dude, I love Henry Cavill. But I can't I can't see him playing Link, dude. Yeah. And not so big, dude. You want somebody, I mean, obviously athletic and everything, but dude, Link is not a big individual. Like Henry Cavill is a stout broski, dude. He is a yoked up individual. That is a man of stature. I agree, Tinwin. Yeah. Dude, Ganondorf. Let's go. That's making Ganondorf, dude. That's making Ganon, bro. 100%, dude. I would love it. Let's go, man. Yeah. Yeah. That's weird, dude. I can't see it, dude. I can't see it. I don't know that I'd be able to get into that. The evil thirst trap cannon. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'd like to see him play the bad guy. Weird. All right, here you go, Tinwin. That's funny, bro. All right, dude. Cobra. Dude, G.I. Joe. Wow. I loved G.I. Joe when I was a kid. Yeah. Smite reveals G.I. Joe crossover coming soon. Titan Forge Games and Hi-Rez Studios revealed a new collaboration that is coming soon to the popular free-to-play battle arena game Smite. Crossover features skins from the classic toy and multimedia franchise by Hasbro, G.I. Joe. Specifically, Ho Yi will get both Cobra Commander and Duke. Neith will get both Baroness and Scarlet, and Susano will turn into both Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes. Basically, whether you enjoy siding with G.I. Joe or Cobra, the crossover content is pretty much symmetrical. Check out the trailer showing what the skins will look like below. Crossover will launch soon, precisely on Tuesday, April 18th with update 10.4. Cobra Commander, dude. That's so wild, dude. That's weird. G.I. Joe just out of nowhere, dude. Is G.I. Joe even like a thing right now? Yo, what's this, Doug? Oh, wait. Joke is that when the first Tears of the Kingdom trailer came out, people pointed out the whole husk of Ganondorf. Yeah, the dried out dead or defeated Ganon. Yeah, people made fan work of what happened if you dropped Ganon. Wait, what? What is this, dude? What is this? Hold on. That's perfect, dude. Nice. Yeah, check that out. Yeah, I was saying the whole time I was playing Breath of the Wild, I was like, dude, give me a game where I play as Ganondorf, you know? I was like, ultimately, I was like, Ganondorf, the way I saw the whole thing was like Ganondorf was just trying to protect his land. Everybody moved in there and like stole Ganondorf's land, and Ganon was just trying to protect his home, you know? And Ganondorf was actually the good guy. They just played it like role reversed to make it seem different, you know? So when am I going to get my game where I play as Ganondorf and I'm getting to take out all the good guys? You know what I mean? That's funny, dude. Thanks. All right, there's your G.I. Joe crossover. As that Ganon? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Bro. There would be so many people thirsting out for some Ganondorf after that. You know what I mean? And I would love to see it. I would love to see it. You know? I'd much rather I would much rather see Yeah, but I mean it's not like they can't like Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I mean, we just got, caught up in it because he was like, dude, I can't see him as Link. I just can't. I can't see him as Link. To be fair, isn't his skin color usually like kind of a purple, though? Yeah, I mean, he's darker, right? But I mean, it's not even like he's not like, isn't he kind of more into like a dark purple kind of vibe or reddish purple kind of vibe? Normally, is it more gray? Is that what it is? Maybe I'm just thinking of his hair. I might just have his hair in my mind. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Yeah. As far as casting somebody, but yeah, I can't see. And dude, I love Henry Cavill. Dude, this is not a. It's just a play for casting it. I can't see it, dude. I can't see him as Link, man. Redfall's latest gameplay video received significant backlash and negative feedback. Look, man, I'm not surprised here. I'm gonna be very, very honest with you. I never want a game to be bad. Ever, dude. I always want games to be good, but that's not the reality we live in, right? And I have been skeptical about Redfall for a while. I'd always planned on kind of watching it and seeing how it does, and I know there are a lot of people that are hyped about it, but I'm not one of them. A couple of days ago, IGN first released a new Redfall gameplay video that gave fans a pretty detailed look at some of the unedited gameplay sequences, but not everything went as it should, given that these new gameplay footage drew a huge amount of criticism and a large number of users shared quite a few critical comments. According to DualShockers, gamers are currently divided into very specific factions. A group of users negatively surprised by the poor performance of the IGN editor that made the video taller, and a group instead highly disappointed by the poor quality of the new game from Arkane Studios. In any case, using the free Google Chrome extension, you can see that the new Redfall gameplay video contains dislikes, of which there are about 4,500 at the time of this writing, which clearly demonstrates how the public did not like this new video at all. However, below you can read one of the many criticizing the work of the editor who recorded the gameplay. Whatever. With the exception of the criticism regarding this new Redfall gameplay video, we remind you that the new Bethesda game will be available starting May 2nd, exclusively on Xbox, XS, and PC, as well as Game Pass. Why are you fighting a giant boss in a cramped house? Why are you now running from the boss and shooting other enemies while your team is dead? Also, do you drop your engine and then don't use it? Why are you hitting the enemy so far away from you? Why do you always make the wrong choice? All right, hold on, dude. Let's look at this. Hold on. Oh, you already had it. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me see. How long is this? 3 minutes. Okay, hold on. Let's see what else there was on YouTube real quick. Hold on. The more recent videos for Redfall. Thanks, buddy. Redfall's IGN gameplay gets. Yeah, it's gotta be it, dude. Yeah, this is it right here. 2 days ago. Yeah, yeah. Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah, we'll watch it through your link. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything else that we should watch too. I mean, it looks dated, dude. This game looks dated. It looks like they've been working on this game for like 10 years.
Nothing. Stop.
I'm making an example of you.
That one hurt. I'm fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is hard to tell. To be fair, I mean it. This does not seem to be somebody that knows what the crap they're doing. I'll say that. Bro, what was that spaghetti aim, dog? They don't hit hardly any of their shots, bro. Are they that bad, or is the game's like hitboxes? Are the hitboxes that bad? There you go. There's some. Okay.
Still alive. Wild.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, it's cool. I mean, I appreciate it, dude. This is almost over, so we'll just stick with this. A montage. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not like. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not Again, I've been a bit skeptical about this, the entirety of knowing it was coming and seeing more about it. And I haven't seen much that really is like grasping me. Other than the fact that I am a sucker for loot and shoot games, you know what I mean? Like, outside of that, there's nothing I've seen in this that goes, ooh, wow, I really want to try this out, you know? It's just not there for me. I don't know. And dude, I love vampires. Vampires are my jam, dude. But I'm not feeling it in this. I don't know what it is. And again, I hope it's good. I hope all games are good. And if it ends up, being solid, maybe we'll take a dive into it. If people, if there's enough after it releases, if there are enough people that are like, dude, this game is solid, you got to try it out, then maybe we'll take a dive into it. Right now, I'm just not seeing it, man. Just not seeing it. Leaked GTA 6 trailer and teaser details allegedly reveal. Thanks for that other link, by the way, buddy. Reveal Rockstar's next move. GTA developer Rockstar is rather tight-lipped about the next untitled Grand Theft Auto game. Fans have repeatedly requested a teaser or trailer for the upcoming title. The company has shown no signs of providing one so far. Can you blame them after getting hacked? I mean, that's got to be super frustrating. Much to the community's excitement. I mean, to be fair, you have to also assume that being a company of this stature and recognition and working on a game of the same, the GTA, like, you've got to have a lot of safeguards in place and a lot of vigilance about maintaining security and safeguards and trying to prevent that kind of thing from happening. I don't know how it went down, but it wasn't a good thing all the way around. Much to the community's excitement, Reliable Insider Test 2 recently shared some intriguing details about the studio's plans for the long-awaited reveal. YouTuber San in Play also discussed the setting of the game cryptically on Twitter, allegedly referring to a GTA 6 trailer. Leaked GTA 6 Super Bowl commercial. Rockstar's next Grand Theft Auto game's fan-made trailer surfaced online today. What? All right, this is kind of clickbait. This was clickbaity. Kind of clickbaity. This, and dude, I say this all the time, but GTA 6 is like in the same realm of like Bloodborne. They're in the same ballpark. Anything that can be created or talked about or I mean, dude, I mean, all anybody has to do is like anybody with any clout or anybody, even the developers, all they have to do is like put out a tweet or something on social media that's like lists the game's name. Like From Software could just go Bloodborne, and the gaming world loses their flipping minds. Same thing. Rockstar could do the same thing. GTA 6. That's all I have to do is tweet out GTA 6, and people start losing their crap. It's really, really insane. I don't know. I thought there might be some actual solid stuff there, but it's looking more like it's not. But dude, when we get some legitimate news from Rockstar about GTA 6, we'll dive into it, I promise. Persona 3 remake footage potentially leaked online. Looks as though the first gameplay footage from the much-rumored remake of Persona 3 has now appeared online. Over the course of the past year, a handful of reports and rumors have suggested that developer Atlas is currently working on a remake of the PlayStation 2 era JRPG Persona 3 that we will have much more in common with the recent Persona 5. While Atlus has yet to confirm this will be happening, a new leak might, have now confirmed as much. As of today, the first clip of the gameplay footage from this remake of Persona 3 began circulating on social media and other parts of the internet. Footage which you can watch for yourself right here. What? All right. Sees the character Yukari engaging in a combat animation with an enemy as for where the video is said to stem from. The user in question that brought it to light claims that it was shown off by Sega in an internal meeting back in 2021. Oh, this got DMCA'd already, dude. They took this down. As for the legitimacy of this leak, well, there's quite a bit in its favor to prove that it's real. For starters, even though this animation is quite similar to those that were seen in Persona 5, many of the more specific UI elements are entirely new and weren't seen in the latest Persona entry. Furthermore, these character models are more than simple upgrades that would be seen in a simple remaster, have clearly been designed from scratch. Although this could be a fan-made creation, it would have to be of an incredibly high quality for such a fake to be pulled off. Per usual with leaks of this nature, yeah, pretty big grain of salt here until we get something substantial from Atlus themselves. But I would say, look, here's a bit. This is these are usually telltale signs, though, right? If you go try to like watch these videos, and it's like the video's been taken down, that's usually a pretty good sign that some kind of information or content got leaked that the developer did not want out there. So it was probably pretty good information. Yeah. If you need more out of it, though. It's in chat there if you need it. I'm having a little too much fun building death traps in Meet Your Maker. Before launch, Meet Your Maker was widely compared to Super Mario Maker. After spending a few hours with the hybrid shooter builder, I found that comparison to be less and less applicable outside the obvious fact that both games feature level creation systems. Meet Your Maker is a much different beast than something like Mario Maker. The differences go beyond just the change in perspective and style. The game is broken up into two parts that feed into one another, raiding other players' custom-built bases to steal a vial of genetic material and building your own death trap for others to attempt the same. Successful raids reward you with upgrade materials to improve your own creations. Every player who dies trying to raid you will drop additional currencies. Took a bit to grow on me, but once I got the flow, I became hooked on creating death traps in a way I wasn't expecting. I imagine players might have the same experience as a slow opening hides a unique little genre mashup. It's a pretty long article. Let's The loop is what Meet Your Maker will live or die on. Whether or not your roll of the dice lands you in a level that's just a hallway with nothing but spear traps along the walls, or a multi-floor tower with patrolling guards and traps designed to funnel you into more danger, can make or break your first impression. That will become easier and easier to avoid as the community ranks levels over time. But Meet Your Maker needs a thriving player base to succeed. The satisfying gameplay and building mechanics are a solid foundation, but it's in the hands of a sadistic community to make something special out of it. Available now for PS4, 5, Xbox One, Series XS, and PC. Yeah. If you guys don't know what Meet Your Maker is, let's watch this real quick. I am kind of interested in this game. Let's pull it up on Steam real quick. Again, this is from the developers of Dead by Daylight. So Behavior Interactive, yeah. What a banger, dude. Pretty sure I say that every time we watch one of their videos. Yeah. Yeah, it looks pretty wild. Stop that. So, it looks pretty interesting. Right now, it seems like people are enjoying it okay. Yeah. That article's not wrong, though. This is the type of game that's really going to, I mean, much to the, I mean, the same extent of something like Dead by Daylight needs player base, right? This is definitely a different game, but it's going to require people to be in that game and want to continue to be in that game to go against each other, keep building different kinds of bases and things like that. But it looks pretty intriguing. I'm just going to give you the release date for Tron Identity. This is a story-based game. Pick your like make your choices. I'm not gonna watch trailer. We've watched trailer before a number of times. Visual novel game with puzzle elements. Okay, so you're going through a story. You'll have some puzzles in there and stuff, but choices matter, that kind of thing, right? But it releases April 12th. All right, so I'm just gonna throw this in chat. And if you're interested in that, take a look at it. All right, we've talked about it before. We've seen it a number of times, and April 12th is your date. There's some more stuff right there in chat if you're interested. All right, Batman games go on sale for $2 a game. A new sale means Batman fans can get Batman Arkham games for $2. Unfortunately, the deal isn't for individual games, but a collection of games, which means you need to fork over $6 total. There are 3 games included, which means you're technically playing. I think it's supposed to be paying $2 a game. The deal is for Batman Arkham Collection, which includes Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight. What it doesn't include is the 4th game in the series, Arkham Origins, probably because it was the one game in the series not made by Rocksteady, who has seemingly always shunned the game because of this. Yeah, it was not very good from what I understand as well. It's supposed to be not quite great. The deal is currently available via the PlayStation Store until April 13th. All right. If you're on Xbox, you'll have to pay $9 for it. No sale on PC right now. All right. But these are notable games. The Batman Arkham games, outside of that one we noted there, the Arkham Origins, which was not created by the same dev. Rocksteady was not made by Rocksteady. The first 3 are notable games because these games really brought about a new kind of combat system in action fighting, role-playing games, and they were kind of groundbreaking to an extent. And we've seen a lot of other games kind of take some of the same mechanics that the Batman Arkham games incorporated and developed and run with it and obviously not like copy it, like plagiarize it and everything, but they've taken the same kind of stuff and they've evolved it moving forward. It has been a kind of a significant point in the combat evolution of video games. And they're supposed to be very, very good. So probably worth a look if you're into that genre of game, and Batman for sure. I'll link it for you.
Hey, shut your pie hole, buddy!
Nope. Warframe Day, right? What's up, dude?
Unacceptable!
What's up, man? How are you, man? How was your weekend? Oh, dude. Yeah, I had like 3 days of news to catch up on, so we're getting towards the end of it, man. Ryzen 7 7800X3D delivers similar gaming performance on X670 and A620 motherboards. So the 7800X3D doesn't reportedly need an expensive motherboard. Cool. I am not going to dive any further into this. You can get the stats out of this if you want, but I think what everybody needs to know right now is the new X3D chips, right? If you're not familiar, this is what I'm going to bro, I'm chunkier too, dog. Yeah, I'm a thick boy. Yeah. This weekend I ate a lot of food, dog. We got a corned beef roasting up right now too, man. Yeah. Big old slab of corned beef, man. Yeah. So here's your big takeaway right now. These chips just released at the end of February, right? And the these new Ryzen chips, the X3D, the thing that's notable about these is that they've got a massive amount, at least more, double, about double, maybe a little bit more than double of the level 3 cache memory that we've ever seen on like a consumer based CPU. And AMD dropped, what was it, like a 5800? I think it was a 5800 X3D as like a test bed for this. I don't know, a little over a year ago, something like that. But now they've come out with a line of these chips. And this is their first kind of venture into having an entire line of these for consumers, other than just like one specific chip. And the 7800 is you're hitting a price point of about $450, I think. And then the there's a 7900 that's at, I think, somewhere between $550 and $600. And then the 7950 I think is close to $700. But what we found in the benchmarks, even out of like AMD's own benchmarks, is that if you're just going to be gaming on any of these chips, the 7800 is your mark. So you don't need to break the bank. The 7800 X3D is a very, very, very good gaming processor. You're not going to get anything really any better gaming performance-wise out of the 7900 or the 7950. Now, what you will get is if you are into doing like any kind of, multi-processing environment, heavy resource intense stuff for like CPU usage, where you need multiple cores and numerous threads while gaming, or if you're going to be gaming but on the side also doing other things that are CPU intensive, like maybe video editing and things like that, then you might want to take a look at maybe going with like a 7900 or a 7950. But if gaming is your primary function for a PC and you're wanting to build on an X3D right now, this is really your spot. This is what you want to get in at. And apparently, not a big surprise here, but you don't have to go dive into like a stupid expensive motherboard to get good performance out of it either. So I'll link this for you guys. Oh, we dojoing, baby. We dojoing. Pinky been working his butt off, dude, on the dojo. Yeah. Oh, sick, Pinky. Yeah, I'll go take a look, man. We might just Warframe today. I'm kind of feeling Warframe today, dude. I'm a little bit tired, man. I don't know. I kind of feel like a Warframe day, but I know you've been playing it all weekend probably. So if you just want to do Divinity, that's fine too. But we'll dive in there for a little bit, take a look at the dojo and stuff, anyways. Tinwin, you wanna be a part of? I mean, it's Pinky's jam, but I doubt Pinky would have an issue letting you into the dojo if you wanted to be a part of our gang, dog. I know that you've already got one and stuff, but Pinky's been, dude, I mean, grinding, dog. He's been grinding, bro. He built this dojo up initially. He built it all up and then he like destroyed it again. He like destroyed it. Well, I wouldn't mind like just doing another day of just playing some Warframe, dude. I could try to just help get a bunch of resources for it or whatever, you know. I need some stuff out of the dojo anyways. Now that it's built up, dude. I linked that. Yeah, I linked that. X3D, the 7800 X3D is looking like a really good gaming processor, man. 150 plus Nintendo Switch games discounted in weekend sale from $10. Best Buy is currently offering discounts on more than 100 Nintendo Switch games, making this your chance to take some risks and venture out of your comfort zone with some new titles you wouldn't usually try, or cross off a game you've had on your list for a while on the cheap. We've rounded up some of the best games we can't get enough of, but feel free to check out the entire sale and browse through all the titles on offer yourself. Let's see here. What do they got? Martian Panic Bundle, Dragon Ball The Breakers for $12. Hello Neighbor, $12. Gorogoa, $13. New Tales from the Borderlands, $19. NBA 2K23, $20. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I heard this game was not very good, but if you're interested, $20. Star Trek Prodigy, $20. SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, $21. FIFA 23, $25. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, $27. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, $30. Sonic Colors Ultimate, $30. Sonic Mania Plus, $30. SpongeBob SquarePants Cosmic Shake, $30. Let's see. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, $31. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, $40. It's a digital version. Sonic Frontiers, $40. Pokemon Shining Pearl, $42. Animal Crossing New Horizons, $50. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, $50. Physical, $51. Skyward Sword HD, $53. Mario Maker 2, $53. Smash Bros. Ultimate, $51. There you go. It's so crazy, dude. That Nintendo sales never go. Or Nintendo games never. Wait for 2 more days. Okay. I thought they were building all weekend, Doug. I'm just playing, dude. Dude, I am not. Dude, you've done so much work. It's insane. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it, dude. Yo, how 4 Kiwis made New Zealand's latest gaming success. I had a great time playing this game, by the way. It wasn't like a long game or anything, but it was a really fun game. A Christchurch-developed video game about fishing is making waves overseas. But Dredge isn't a relaxing day out on the water. This fishing trip has a sinister undercurrent, its developer says. A week after its release, Black Salt Games' first project was already a massive success with 95% positive reviews on digital storefront Steam and a comfortable spot within several other platforms' top sellers list. Dredge far surpassed the expectations of its 4-person development team. Nice, dude. 4 people developed that game. Mason, along with studio manager Nadia Thorne, lead artist Alex Ritchie, and 3D animator Michael Bastians, took a risk when they left the safety of a large studio to begin their passion project 2 years ago. Whole idea was to just see if we can actually make a game that gets out there and is played by a few people. To see it go as crazy as it has, it's been pretty awesome. Team thought a fishing game with a horror atmosphere would be too niche to succeed. Bro, that's like my jam, dude. Quote, I would have been happy if there were just a couple of people who said they loved it, if we just connected to a few people, Richie said. Instead, Dredge's unique premise hooked gamers around the world. The reception of the response has blown all of our expectations and even our dreams out of the water, Mason said. We got some great reviews, which we're really stoked about. We feel pretty great. Mason said game development was a risky business. The decision to build a game from scratch was not made lightly. A lot of luck involved, always that worry, but it felt right for us to do this, to focus on a game that's just us. That's sick, man. Video games, we talk about this a lot, right? The difference between like indie devs and large developers. Yeah. Video games are often developed by large teams with dozens of staff. Black Salt Games said their small size had unique benefits. We get to move pretty quickly, like if we want to change direction or try something new. Another benefit is that there's less heads talking in a room at any given time, so we can make design decisions a lot quicker. Mason said it was not easy splitting an entire project between just 4 people. Challenge is how much we can achieve within the hours we have in a day. We try to be really careful about keeping the scope of the game manageable, not making it into a 10-year project. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think that there are a lot of developers that get into a bad situation of scope getting out of hand, you know, to where they never end up. It just never stops. It's like they never get like a full base game done. You know, it's like forever early access, or it's just, you know, Star Citizen, you know. Star Citizen, where it's, you know, we're going on almost, well, we're 9 years now after the game was supposed to full release, and it's still just in alpha status, you know, parts of modules and stuff. It's a bad situation whenever you're not able to buckle down and focus on the things of you know, in my opinion, for developers to focus down and get at least the base part of games done, and then focus on getting extra content added in, you know. I think being in the industry for a while meant we were really realistic about what was likely achievable with the first title from our own studio. She said, went in armed with that knowledge, and everything we did was just try and increase the chances of Dredge being a success. A week after its release, Dredge has surpassed the expectations of Black Salt Games' development team. After a whirlwind week, the team at Black Salt Games was thinking about the future. Should they work on further updates to Dredge? Yes, yes. A sequel? Yes, yes, yes. Or should they start something entirely new? No. Well, maybe. But I said that was one of the things I said in my review of the game whenever I beat it and did the credits and everything. And during the credits, I was talking about it. And it was like, I would love to see either DLC or like a sequel to it or something, you know? It was a lot of fun. I would like to see them build upon it. Immediately, it's about making sure Dredge is fully supported and our players feel how appreciative we are for their response, she said. Bastion said next week's plan was to do a breakdown. Here's how things are going. Do we want to keep going with Dredge? Do we want to move on to another project? Got a couple of ideas where we could take things, whether it's more Dredge or something else entirely. It was a good game, dude. No! Yo, random mode time. Oh, bleed purple, dude. More like purple's bleeding, dude. You know? If you understand what I'm talking about. Nice, Timwin. Yellow card, dude. Play all of Half-Life Alyx without VR thanks to this mod. Check this noise. So Half-Life Alyx might be one of the best VR games in existence, but that doesn't mean much for those whom virtual reality is still out of reach. Ever since Valve's VR Masterpiece launched back in March 2020, there have been people clamoring to experience this intermediary Half-Life chapter without the VR requirement. Step Forward Half-Life Alyx No VR, a functionally titled project to convert Alyx into a more traditional flat screen experience. The mod has been in development for a while, receiving an early access launch in late March, but creators' GB2 development team reached a significant milestone over the Easter weekend. The mod now lets you play the entire game without VR. Sick. Doesn't mean the mod itself is finished, rather the game is completable on a conventional PC without players needing to implement cheats or no-clip to bypass impassable sections. In the mod's change log, GB2 states bugs may still be present, but a save reload will fix that. The main hurdle is how Half-Life Alyx controls. The acute simulation of hand movements and interactions is a world away from a traditional keyboard and mouse setup. Hence, much of the mod's work has been in distilling these interactions into straightforward button presses. Its latest version comes with updated gravity gloves that allow flat screen players to grab objects from a distance by pressing E, while all cranks, doors, cabinets, etc. all now open by pressing E once or twice. It's an impressive technical feat, but always ignores the question of you. Should you play Half-Life Alyx sans VR? Without a doubt, VR is the optimal way to play the game. Not only does Alyx introduce whole new ways of seeing City 17, but it also adds new methods of interacting with Valve's world. That said, there is more to Alyx than its VR functionality. Everything that makes Valve's game so uniquely compelling is present in Alyx. Great storytelling, imaginative set pieces, highly authentic environments that flow seamlessly from one scene to the next, an uncanny ability to switch from comedy to action to horror without any of it feeling out of place. Alyx is a fantastic VR game, but it's a great Valve game too, worth experiencing even in suboptimal conditions. The mod can be downloaded right here at this link. There's a link right here. This isn't the VOD's final version, so don't forget that. Planned future updates include the addition of the Half-Life Alyx HUD. The HUD currently uses the Half-Life 2 HUD. Hand animations for interacting with weapons and environments, and more general balancing and bug fixes. Cool. Neat, man. Well, that's awesome. Gotta love the mod community. They do some amazing things for us. Last article, guys, and then we'll probably just play Warframe all day. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll talk to Pinky. But I'm feeling a little bit of some Warframe today before we just do Divinity the rest of the week. If anybody has anything else to add for video gaming news, shout out to Tinwin. This is an article that he sent me over the weekend. So we'll dive into this. But if anybody has anything else to add, let me know and we'll address it before we move on to gameplay today, okay? So EA won't let American McGee make another Alice game. I have no control over the Alice IP. That control rests entirely with EA. American McGee's attempt to develop a third installment in his fan-favorite Alice series is at an end. In a public statement posted to McGee's Patreon, the developer said he had, quote, exhausted every option for getting a new Alice game made after IP holder Electronic Arts reportedly, quote, decided to pass on the project based on an internal analysis of the IP, market conditions, and details of the production proposal. Shortly after the completion of the design Bible, I resumed talks with Electronic Arts regarding our efforts to get a new game made, McGee explains. They were presented with a design Bible and a production plan produced in collaboration with Virtuous Games, outlining the schedule, budget, team, and design for the new game's production. Quote, after several weeks of review, EA has come back with a response regarding funding and or licensing for Alice Asylum. On the question of funding, they have ultimately decided to pass on the project based on an internal analysis of the IP, market conditions, and details of the production proposal. Despite passing on the project, though, it seems that EA wasn't willing to part with the license either. Alice Asylum has reached the end. After several weeks of review, EA has come back with a response regarding funding and or licensing for Alice Asylum. Alice has had a good run, but the dream is over. On the question of licensing, they replied that Alice is an important part of EA's overall game catalog, and selling or licensing it isn't something they're prepared to do right now, because they are greedy scumbuckets. McGee added, at this point, we have exhausted every option for getting a new Alice game made. With those answers from EA, there is no other way forward with the project. McGee finishes by stating that he has, quote, no other ideas or energy left to apply towards getting a nice Alice game made, and confirmed that he has no control over the Alice IP and no ability to make a new game happen. He also thanked the artists and designers who'd worked on the project thus far and who were funded through Patreon. Lastly, I want to extend a bittersweet thank you to our Patreon supporters. McGee said, I know that this is not the outcome we hoped for, and I feel a mix of emotions that leaves me sick at the idea of all the money, hope, ideas, and love you've poured into this effort over the years. We knew going into this adventure that failure was a possibility, but we wanted to believe impossible things. We had fun doing that up until the moment that reality forced itself into our wonderland. Quote, it's often said that when one door closes, another opens, trite but true. And I hope that for all of you, this closure will bring life to other adventures and dreams. Succeeding 2011's Alice Madness Returns, Alice Asylum was part of McGee's unique crowd design process and had been drawn up in consultation with his 3,000 plus Patreon backers. As Wes summarized a few years back, McGee was the creative director of the EA-published 2000 title American McGee's Alice. It gained cult status and was followed up by Alice Madness Returns in 2011. Fans have wondered and continually questioned McGee about a third Alice game ever since. Yeah. This is really unfortunate. And I kind of had some brief discussion with Tinwin about this on Discord. And yeah, the theory of the game would have been approved like 1 or 2 years ago. EA and other IP holders have become very conservative recently and wish to hold their cards close to the chest after the failure of games like Forspoken, Callisto Protocol, and they're like, well, I mean, these large developers are doing a pretty crappy job, dude. You know, it's like, it's crazy too. And again, like I'm not anybody that thinks that I have the assumption that game development is an easy thing. You know, that's not the case. But you take a look at something like we just read recently that there was some leaked information about Forspoken having a budget of over $100 million. You know, and that game was a bust. It was enough of a bust that Luminous Productions, which was a subsidiary of Square, got eaten by Square about a month after the game released. You know, Forspoken released, it did terrible. It was a culmination of performance issues. There was a lot of the content in the game was not great. I don't think a lot of people that play the game were not thrilled with the content in the game, and it didn't do very well. And so Square just absorbed Luminous. They're like, all right, you're done. You know, and it's like, I think there's, you know, we talk about it a lot. It's not like there aren't big devs doing good things. Hi-Fi Rush, yo, go Tango, dude. You know what I mean? Love the Evil Within games. And from what I understand, you know, Ghostwire is a pretty solid game too, but they killed it with Hi-Fi Rush. I actually was promoting that to one of my friends this weekend again. That's my game of the year right now, Hi-Fi Rush is. That game is absolutely amazing. It's not like there aren't developers that are doing great things. There are a lot of big developers that are just like sinking tons of money into these projects that are coming out crap. We talked about it at the beginning of the stream too, or at the beginning of the video gaming news segment. We talked about it a lot. There's been a lot of them here recently. I mean, it's just big budget productions, big AAA development projects, and you know, they get hyped up and marketed to us like they're big things. And I mean, I was telling everybody the whole time I was really scared about Forspoken. There was too much going on with that game that to me seemed weird and sketchy, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait back and watch this, see what happens. And sure enough, dude, it was just $100 million budget to end up being what it is. I don't know. I mean, these companies got to figure something out. There's obviously something's wrong, right? There's obviously something wrong for a lot of these companies. There are still like I said, there's still companies that are doing a great job. It's not like everybody's just doing terrible, but there are a lot of companies, a lot of development companies, I think, that have lost their way. Again, I don't know what the answer is for them, but it's definitely not, you know, not testing your games or, you know, releasing them in a state that is just subpar and riddled with performance issues and just expecting people to buy it. That's not acceptable, you know. Oh yeah. I mean, this all the way around, you know, it's got to feel terrible. Again, I mean, like one of the things I was saying to Tinwin about this whenever we were talking this weekend a little bit on Discord about it, was like, you know, I think as bad as this feels for America, and I think that he actually, because I hadn't even really read the entire article until this morning, you know, I think that about all that American can really do is at this point look to the future and take this as a lesson learned kind of scenario, right? That way, it doesn't end up happening to him again on a future project. I think that maybe this will at least allow some closure, you know, and at the very least, I know that this isn't what people want to hear. I know that this isn't what people want to hear, and I know that this isn't like optimal situation regarding American McGee and the Alice games and stuff like that. But maybe at this point, we can, American can just know that this is not an option anymore, and can knowing that will no longer need to put forth any energy in pursuing it, and can actually start looking at what is going to be next, and as much as that sucks, maybe we'll get something even better. Who knows? Maybe this is a blessing in disguise. Who knows? Right? I know it doesn't feel good. I know that. And I'm not saying it does, but I'm trying to make the glass half full instead of half empty, you know what I mean? It does suck. It's brutal. And, this is not an unknown situation. I mean, you talk about EAVU or who was the Disco Elysium, dude? Disco Elysium's in a similar situation. ZAUM. Why was I EA? Because I was talking about EA. ZAUM. This is another situation right now that we're in with an amazing title that the the lead creative minds behind that game as well. They're in a dispute around that IP right now, right? Because that developer owns the rights to that title, and the people that actually created that are no longer part of that production team, right? They're no longer part of that development business, and because there was basically the development company there went in a stark contrast with what those developers thought was appropriate for their their title and for the gaming industry and everything too. And so they basically just got ousted out of the company. And now they're going, well, wait, we created this world, and there's a big battle going on, legal battle about who's going to have Disco Elysium, and is there going to be a Disco Elysium 2? And if there is it going to be the same people that created it before? And this is always a struggle, This is one of those things that can get kind of gross whenever you have these people, because this is art, right? I mean, through and through, this is quite often when you get these projects, people get brought in, and that's what this was for American, right? Absolutely. This was his passion, and the Alice games were his vision of art and bringing something for all of us lovers of video games that he wanted us to experience, and his version of something that would be fun for us, and now it's unfortunately owned by a greedy juggernaut of a development company that we are all very, very, very familiar with of NEA, and to them, it's not about, it's not about that sentiment. It's not about, they've made plenty of money off this title to this point. It's not like they haven't. It's not about trying to understand that this was his passion and trying to let him continue to work on that passion and vision. It's just about greed. But that's EA, right? That's EA. So hopefully it'll be a learning situation moving forward. It'll be able to do something better for us in the future. Hopefully glass half full. It feels bad. It does. Exactly, Tinwin. It's not, the Alice IP is not important to them. The money is important to them. That's what's important to them. The money they still make off the game and the potential for anything in the future. This is what sucks about this, is that they I don't think there's probably any kind of contract that says that they have to let American make or have anything to do with the development process of any Alice games in the future either. They own that IP, right? So what's going to really feel bad is if in the future at some point they decide to make a game and not let him be a part of it. Because that is there's the potential of that as well, which would be devastating. Cappy, what's up, my friend? So, I don't know. It's terrible. It feels bad. I'm not surprised at all. You know, this is EA being EA. Just tried and true EA being who they are, you know? They're terrible, man. They're one of the worst companies in the development world of gaming. They are so gross. I can't stand them. Can't stand them. That's it, man. That's it. That's video gaming news for today, man. So Tinwin, thanks for that, buddy. I appreciate it. I know it's actually super sad and depressing to hear that, man. And but it was a good news segment. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Long news segment today because we had a lot to catch up on. So, but it's good, man. We'll get a lot of gaming in today. Get back in the groove of things, man. It'll feel good. Let's get some tunes going real quick while we segue out of here. Yeah. There we go. Seems good, man. All right. So we're going to move on. Play some Warframe. I don't know. Maybe some Divinity. Probably a Warframe day. But the rest of the week should be Divinity. So I don't know. Appreciate you guys. Great news segment. If anybody's checking out this video gaming news segment on the Twitch channel as a highlight or the YouTube channel as a VOD, we have all kinds of other playthroughs, episodes of playthroughs, and other video gaming news segments and clips and highlights that we do. We've taken out of here in the channel and that are out there on both of the Twitch channel as highlights or the YouTube channel as VODs. And if you're enjoying any of the content, then I would prompt you to come hang out with us when we go live at 6 a.m. CST every single day. We always start off with video gaming news before we dive into whatever gaming content we have planned for the rest of the day. We have a great time here, and we would love to have you come be a part of it with us, all right? Other than that, you guys just stay healthy, stay safe, be kind to one another. We will catch everybody tomorrow morning for April 11th edition of Video Gaming News, all right?